and you have to take responsibility of your dogs. Okay? Does that answer your question?
Yes. And my second question is that, like, what's your food dog, and what does it eat? The
What
food dog.
fourth dog? Okay, so I'm going to talk about all my doggies in the end of the class, at the end of the in the session, and then I'll tell you about all of them. Is that okay?
Yeah, but why? What dogs do fight the most? Like in the.
Okay, Abhyuday, great questions. Hold on to them right now. Okay, we'll come back to them all at the end of the session. I think Vaidehi, hold on. I know we have questions, Tyra. I know we have something to say, and we'll come back to questions throughout the session. But let's begin now, children, because 10 minutes have gone. Okay, let's begin, and I assure you we will come back to what you have to say. Don't you worry.
I don't have a question. I want to say something.
Okay, go for it, Kyra, quickly.
My previous dog was actually also adopted from the street. So my mom found her crying outside her shop, and then they took her home, and they named her Bambi because she looked a lot like her. They gave her a bath, and then they fed her, and then slowly they started liking her.
Oh, that's
All
beautiful.
lovely, Kyra. I didn't know that. Thank you for sharing that. Okay, so today, welcome Tejri ma'am to our class. We're so excited to have you here. And today, children, we are going to learn a little bit about our responsibility towards animals in our environment. If you want to keep a notebook and a pencil handy to make notes during the discussion, feel free to do so. Lovely. I see some of you are holding your notebooks up and showing them to me. Awesome. Okay. So over to Tejri ma'am, and yeah, as you're ready, we can begin. We can start with a bit of an introduction about We Exist Foundation.
Okay, so I'm very excited to be here with all of you, and I have heard wonderful things about all of you from Arzu ma'am. And what I know is that all of you, I think all of you do like dogs, well, do like animals in general, but I think we're all big fans of dogs here. And there might be some of you who may be slightly scared of doggies, or maybe cats, or maybe animals in general. And we will talk about that at the end of the class. Whoever has any questions, or if they want to tell me about how much they love dogs or why they're scared of animals, you're more than welcome to tell me at the end of the session. I'm here to listen. I'm here to answer all your questions. So today's session, we are going to focus on kindness and compassion and empathy towards animals in your environment, right? Does everybody know the meaning of the word empathy, or would you like me to tell you? Can anybody tell me what empathy means?
I think Vaidehi would like to give that a go. Yes, Vaidehi. Vaidehi, are you there? I think Vaidehi is stuck. Would anyone else like to give it a go while we're waiting for Vaidehi to return? What do we mean by empathy? Anybody?
How about I answer this one? Right, Arzu? Let me.
Mom, I know.
Oh,
Go
okay.
for it, Arhan.
So I think it's to take care and love others.
Okay, to take care and love others. Anyone else has a response to this? Adi, you wanted to say something about empathy, and then I'll come to you, Ane.
I think empathy means taking care of somebody.
Taking care of somebody. Ane, you have something to add on to this?
Feeling for somebody and taking care of them and loving them.
feeling for somebody. Very interesting, Anne. Okay. Tejshri ma'am, back to you.
So all three of you, you've got it. It's so correct. And I think, Ane, what you added was very good, which was feeling for somebody else, right? Empathy means to be able to understand what somebody else is feeling, if they're feeling bad, if they're feeling good, and to be sensitive towards it. So if you know that somebody is not feeling okay, if your friend is not feeling okay, or if you see a doggy on the street who has gotten hurt, you are sensitive to the pain or the feelings of another living being. So that is what empathy means. And we are going to talk a little bit about that today, and how you all can be more compassionate and empathetic towards animals around you. Okay? So we're going to actually start about a little story about one of our rescue doggies. So I run a project where we take care of doggies from the streets who are hurting. They could have been in an accident, they could not be feeling well, they could be very, very sick, and we try and make sure that they feel better. And some of the doggies who come to us, they are very, very, very badly hurt, but the idea is to make them feel better, because as you know, each and every animal or each and every doggy has the right to feel happy and the right to feel healthy, right? Because if you feel healthy, if you feel that you don't have any pain in your body, you feel happy, right? So we have to try and do the same thing for all the animals around us. Okay, so now I'm going to introduce you to Benny. So Benny was a doggy. He is from the streets, from a small little town called Hapur, which is about 2 hours away from Delhi. Okay. Now in the small town of Hapur, there are no doctors for doggies, for animals. There are no doctors there. So one young person called us up and told us that there is this very old doggy who's lying on the street, who is in pain. He had a cut on his leg, and somebody had put a lot of black tar on him. Do you all know what tar is? But like a black color petrol. You know,
What?
can you?
I get it every day on my hand because every time my cycle change fell off and
That's a good thing. Yes, something like that. Very good. Very, very good. Something like that. So somebody had put that on him, and he was a very old doggy, and his leg was hurt, and he also can't see from one eye. Okay, like one of his eyes, he can't see. So we got him from there, we picked him up, and we got him to the doctor in Delhi. And he is almost 12 years old. And all of you now know 12 years in doggy years is, he's an old doggy, he's a grandpa doggy, right? Correct. So now, if Arzu ma'am is going to play the video of the day we found him, on the left hand side, you will see how we found him. And then on the right hand side, you will see how handsome Benny looks, because he was taken care of. We gave him medicines. He got a lot of love and care. He got good food, and he is friends with all the doggies in the boarding that he is in. He's now, have a look at the video. See. So can you see Benny on the left hand side? Can you see all the black tar that he's covered with, and his leg is hurt? And now Arzu ma'am is going to show you his next picture, which now you have to see how Benny is looking today. That's Benny now. Isn't that amazing? So look at how young he is looking. Look at how his leg is completely
He looks like a new dog that we just bought.
right. Doesn't he look amazing? And doesn't he look younger? Right?
More younger than us.
Yeah. Well, Benny
More
is very-
energetic and serious face. He
Isn't
has
he?
a serious face, looks like.
Yes,
And-
Kyra, that's Benny. It's the same dog.
How
Just
did
with
you
a-
make the cut completely disappear? There's not even a scratch.
Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? So
And how did you make him look so young?
because they so he got good food, he got his medicines, he got so much love he has gotten. Look at how happy he looks in the picture on the left. So these are the small things that you can do for any animal. That is all they need. They just need some food, they just need some love, and they just need some care. And look at Benny now. Doesn't he look happy to all of you?
Yeah.
But ma'am, he looked so big in the first picture. Now why does he look so small?
Because that's the way the picture is taken. I'll
That's the angle, sweetheart, of the picture.
But
I'll show you one more picture.
In the left photo, he looks like he's smiling.
That's a good thing, right?
but
What
if
breed
he
is
was-
Benny?
So Benny is an indie dog. He was born on the streets and he is from the streets. He's an Indian dog.
So
Hmm.
if he was
Dog.
a stray dog and you got him to your house, took him to the doctor, weren't you scared of the dog if it was a stray dog? Because I'm very scared of stray dogs, but I'm still a fan of dogs, but only a fan of pet dogs, not of stray dogs.
It's a very good question, and I understand why you feel so scared of street dogs. That's completely fine. So you have to understand that it's okay if you are more comfortable with the pets that you have at home, but all doggies are the same, right? Whether they are on the streets or whether they're in your home, if you give them some love, if you give them some care, they will all love you back the same way. Okay, so you also have to understand that half the times the doggies on the streets are scared of you, which is why sometimes they look angry, because so many people who are not kind like you may have hit them with stones, may have pulled their tail, may have shooed them away. So obviously they get scared. Imagine if somebody was to hit you, would you not be scared of that person then the next time? So half the time, the dogs on the streets are scared because other people have been mean to them. Okay. And if you give them a little love, I'm not saying that immediately go running and pet a dog on the street. But what I am saying is that you should at least, even if you're scared of them, you should not be mean to them. Right. So that's the difference. You don't have to go and touch every doggy. You don't have to be nice to every doggy on the street or every cat on the street, but you can also make sure that you are not mean to them. So the same way, Benny, like you can see, Benny we found on the street, and he's been born on the street. He's lived his whole life on the street. Isn't that such a brave doggy? Like 12 years he has survived on his own on the street. And now look at him. He is now with us. And we have decided that we are going to keep him forever. And he's never, ever going to go back into the street because he's a grandpa doggy. And obviously want to, keep him comfortable. See, that's Benny again. Can you see how happy he looks?
Are you
Um,
aware?
Okay, Ane, 1 minute, sweetheart.
I
Let's okay. Abhyuday, Ane, we're going to use the chat to raise hands because Radhika raised hand in the chat long ago, and I want to give her a chance now. Yes, Radhika.
Could you go back to the before and after video? I want to take a screenshot because my friend loves dogs and I wanted to show her.
Okay, Radhika, don't worry. I can share the video with you, my darling.
All I need is a screenshot.
Okay, got it.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, Nilambari had a question. Yes, Nilambari.
Ma'am, what is that red thing hanging in the first picture where the picture is taken very close? What's that red thing coming out of it?
That must be the keychain.
That's
The
the bell.
collar.
That's the bell on his collar.
Mama, another question.
Yes.
Why is the person, the second picture, why is that person wearing a mask over, like, here?
So that's a
Okay.
very good question, but that's basically
Is that a red?
no, because as you know that right now there's a pandemic called COVID, which is happening, and when you go out of the house, everybody has to wear a mask, right? So that is why the lady is wearing a mask.
Meera has again and again written in the chat that you doesn't want to see dogs in pain. We understand, Meera. It is not easy to
Because
see an animal hurt and in pain, and that's because you're very empathetic, my sweetheart. That's where it
that's why
comes from.
they go outside.
Someone is wondering,
Vaidehi, can you wait for Meera to finish her point? Yes, Meera.
That's why I hate going outside. I don't want to see dogs in pain and how like they're fighting, how poor people are hunting for food because they can't find any. I'm just literally I don't want to go outside.
So that's a very I completely I can't see you properly, but I hope you can see me. So your thoughts, your feelings are very, very valid, right? It is very difficult to see any animal or any human being in pain, right? But sometimes, like people like me, we have we have a very nice team of volunteers, young people like yourself, slightly older, my age. And if we don't see the pain, who will take care of these doggies? Imagine. So if I decide not to go outside and help these doggies and see their pain, can you imagine what's going to happen to them? There'll be nobody who's going to take care of them. So imagine if the person who saw Benny in pain, right, Meera, if she'd not seen him in pain, and had she not called us up, and had we not got Benny to ourselves, can you imagine that Benny would be in so much pain? So I understand what you're feeling. It's very, very, very okay to not want to see, or to see anybody in pain, right? It's very okay. So your feelings are valid, but I want you to try and focus on the good side of the story. Can you do that? Can you see how happy Benny looks now? And can you focus on how happy we've managed to make him, right, Meera? Does that help you a little bit?
Yes.
Yeah. And focus on the positive of this. And let's clap for Benny, because imagine he's such an old doggy who has, look at how hard he fought, right, Meera? So you're going to be happy today, and you're going to be happy to Benny, and you're going to be positive that Benny is now doing okay. Yeah, Meera?
Yes. Each time I see anything in pain, I also feel pain. It's just like a sock puppet. Like when you like poke something like in a puppet, it hurts someone. I'm literally just like that. So when someone gets hurt, I also get hurt.
But darling Meera, that is what when we asked the question in the beginning, what does empathy mean? So empathy means exactly what you're feeling when you feel pain for another person in pain, and it's wonderful that you feel so strongly. It's a very nice thing. 90% of the people don't know how to feel empathetic towards other animals.
Mama, I have a question.
Okay, we're coming around to questions. Vaidehi first, and Vaidehi next time, please raise hand only once.
Ma'am, I was raising my hand.
I'll come to you, Samaira. I'm coming around. Don't worry. Yes, Vaidehi. Quickly.
It's not actually a question. It's just something to say. So if anyone is wondering, why in the left picture Benny has if you see the dog, Benny's right. He has a gray eye. That is an indication that he can't see from that eye. Like ma'am said that time, that he can't see with one eye.
That's correct.
Yes. My neighbor also.
I don't want to see the dog's gray eye. It's kind of weird.
Okay. Let's go to Samaira. Yes, Samaira.
So I wanted to say that that once before this lockdown happened, my mom and one doctor near our house, they used to put some food for the street dogs. Like they used to put a small katori of dahi and some foods for the dogs to eat, because half the time it's really hard for them to find food.
That's a very good thing. I think that's a wonderful thing. That's lovely to know, Samaira. Like, I'm very, very happy to hear that. Thank you for sharing.
Okay. I think, Tetri ma'am, let's move ahead and then let's come back to questions in a bit, because otherwise we won't be able to move ahead with the session.
I just wanted to say one thing.
I raise my hand.
I just wanted to say one thing that some days I go down and give dogs food like some dog treats. We give some bread, but we never give some candies or sweet, because they'll die if you give sweet.
That's a very good point. And at the end of this session, I'm going to tell you about the food things that you can give to doggies and cats and what you can't. So we will come back
Ma'am,
in.
I want to ask some question for my dogs.
Okay, Inaya, we will come back to all these questions. Hold on. Okay, we're going to do a little activity now. You need a sheet of paper. You can use an art file if you like. You can use your notebook if you like, not a problem. And you need to bring some colors. Quickly, I'm giving you 30 seconds and your time starts now. Go.
Ma'am,
Can we even use our notebooks?
Yes, I already answered that.
Some people don't like dogs because they think they're big and they bite or something. But they're not wrong. But if you trouble them, they do get angry. I mean, it's not their fault, because even if someone troubles us, we also get angry.
That's true, Kyra.
Ma'am, can I ask you something?
Can we do questions after this activity? I don't know who asked me that right now. So shall we do questions at the end? Is that okay? Can we do the activity first? Yeah.
Okay.
Is that be okay? I'll make sure I ask you.
What do we need to do with the color?
We're telling you. Okay, I hope everyone's back. 5, 4, lovely smiles, Samaira. Thank you. 3, 2, 1. Lovely Nilambari. Thank you, Shauryaveer and Abhyuday. Z-E-R-O. And the last count is 0.
Okay, so are we ready for today's activity?
Ma'am, you have rescued these many animals?
No, can we first do thumbs up if we're ready?
Thumbs up if we're ready for the activity.
Let's see. I want to see some thumbs up. I'm really excited to do this activity with all of you. Kyra, come on. Dia's hands up. And yeah, I can see a few. Okay, So let's start now. Everybody's got their paper and their drawing pens, colors, whatever they like ready. This is a fun drawing activity. Okay, so can you see that we have each one of these? So can you see the tiger, the rabbit, the dog, the parrots, and the whale? They're all in very difficult situations, right? Can you see that the lion is in behind he's in a cage, the rabbit is in a cage, the dog is in a cage, the parrots are in a cage, the whale is in a huge aquarium. Now, according to you, do you think that this is the correct environment for these animals? If you don't think so, then what I'd like for you to do is quickly, like, take your time, no stress. I would like for you to take any one animal that you connect with, whether it's a bird, a rabbit, a dog, a dolphin, and I want you to draw where do you think that animal or that bird would be the most happiest. You have to tell me where they would be very happy, in what environment. If it's a bird, where do you think a bird would be most happy? So draw that out for me.
A question about this.
Sure. Can I finish just telling you what has to be done and then you can ask me? Is that okay?
Okay.
Okay. And then if there's a rabbit, where do you see the rabbit looking its happiest? Okay. And if it's a tiger, where do you think the tiger should be? And let's draw that happy environment out. And I really want to know what you guys think would be a happy place for any one animal or bird of your choice. And your drawings don't have to be masterpieces.
I have
doodles.
I have a question.
Sure.
That do we have to draw all these animals?
One. You have to
Or
pick
only
one
one?
animal that you make a connect with. Okay. And what would be the happiest habitat, happiest environment for that animal? Okay. And it doesn't have to be a beautiful drawing. I say, Techi ma'am, let's give about 5 to 7 minutes for this, 5 minutes for this activity, because then we have to move ahead. There's a lot more we're going to discuss. Pihu,
Do we have
just 1 second, Zia. 1 minute, Zia. Pihu, has your question been answered?
So I wanted to ask, can we choose multiple animals?
Yes, you can.
You can, but because we have 5 minutes, right? Okay, so think about what you're going to draw in that time. Yes, Zia.
Can we, as I was saying, can we have animals? Can we draw animals that are relatives to one of the animals on this board?
Yeah, you can draw any animal. So, shall we say, Kyra, you had a question?
Yes, in fact, it's not exactly a question, but I think a dog would be happy at a beach because it's a huge place. He can run around. Also, because dogs usually love water. And if you noticed on the beach, there's an area where the water is really shallow. So he can run around there. Because once I went to my aunt's house, she has this big golden retriever, and he jumped into the pool with her.
Wow. That's amazing. So let's see you draw that. So we have, Arzu ma'am, we have 5 minutes on the watch now.
Yes, 5 minutes.
Let's
But can we draw all the animals in one place? Like, can we draw all the animals if we can? And
if you can find them one happy place, yes, you can.
Ma'am,
Yes, Meera.
I'm just asking permission, but can I go to Pinterest and draw like a tiger?
Can you go to Pinterest and draw a tiger? Okay, but what are we drawing, Meera? We're drawing the happy place of the animal, right?
What do you think that the animal would be the most happiest?
I want to draw the tiger in the happiest place. Because
Okay.
it isn't like a forest without any animals.
Do it. Let's see your drawing. Let's get going.
A forest without any other animals, what will the tiger eat, Meera?
I'm gonna have to make some air. I'm gonna make some clouds. The clouds are supposed to be air.
I'm not good at it. I'm not very good at making a
Doesn't matter. We don't want a beautiful drawing. We want to know what you think. Tell us, Ane, what do you think?
I'm a dog in Trixie Ma'am's service.
Gatik, I'm just coming to you. Let's hear Ane first and then I'm coming back to you. Yes, Ane, what do you think?
I think it would be happy in a jungle, sitting on a tree eating fruits.
Okay, so bird. You've thought of a bird.
Can I see your drawing, Ane, please?
It's a parrot, but it's not very good. It's like just on a little branch.
Good.
Ma'am,
If you see
1
my
year before I had two birds.
Okay, Ane, now you can also draw the forest around your bird. Yeah? Arvind, just coming. Wait, Gatik, and then you. Kavin, wait. Gatik, Arvind, and then Kavin. Okay? So, Ane, I want you to draw that happy place. Yeah? Gatik.
So I made a dog in Trixie Ma'am's service.
A dog in?
Trixie Ma'am's service.
Aww.
Oh, that's so sweet. Can I see that again, please? I missed it. Oh,
Ma'am, you can pin him for his screen to become really big.
yeah, I'm doing that. I'm figuring this out.
Don't worry, I'm taking pictures.
Because I can't see. That's so sweet. Thank you so much. Oh,
How about children? I upload this as an assignment and you put your drawings up there so that we can share them with Tejasri ma'am later.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, we can do that as well. Yes, Arvind.
That like 10 months or 1 year before, I had two birds. They were kakatuas.
Cockatoos?
Yes.
You had them at home?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
And what
I have a question now. I also had two birds last year.
Okay. Anybody else's drawing is ready? That we-
Mine is.
Oh,
Yes,
can we-
Anaya.
So I made the tigers in a forest.
Oh, that's great. That's great. So you think that tigers should be in the open, right? They should be in the forest, right, Inaya? Why do you think so? Because can you tell me why you feel that they should be out in the open and not in the zoo?
From the look of one tiger, it's trying to get out of the cage by putting its paws on and looking for a place to get out, which is really sad. Like Meera said, even I don't like any animal, especially horses, because they're my favorite animal.
They're your favorite animal? Okay. That's amazing. Do you know, once we rescued 27 horses.
I really wish I could come to your house and see all the animals.
Okay, fine. We'll see.
In one time? In one time?
27 horses.
I wanted to ask you, when a dog is scared of you, how do you really make friends with it and make it like a normal dog, like your pet dog who isn't scared of you, as a matter of fact, wants to play with you?
So I'm going to pin this question. Arzu, ma'am, if you'll just make a note of this so that I can answer this at the end of the session, please. So now I'm going to answer this question for you right at the end after this activity is done. Is that okay?
Yes, ma'am. I'm asking you because one of my dogs, street dogs, is really scared, and we think it's been hit, and most probably it's not because he doesn't like any dog or any street person playing. Street person, I understand, but I don't understand why dog, because he's a street dog and she's a street dog and she deserves to be on the streets. Not deserve.
Ma'am, can we?
Ready? Just 1 second. Coming to you. I think Vihana had a question and we haven't heard from her yet. Yes, my darling Vihana.
It's not a question, ma'am. It's
Ready? Just 1 minute. I will come back to you. First, let's go to Vihana. Yes, Vihana.
I just have a question I wanted to share my drawing. This dog is in a dog house, and there is an open garden, and it's someone's house, and it's a pet dog, and they have a nice and big garden, and they have a dog house in there, and the dog is in there, and he has a lot of love, and he stays, and
Can you put that? Yeah,
he can also play in the garden because it's big enough.
that's lovely. That's really lovely. So you've made sure that he has his own little house, a big garden, and he has food and water and a lot of place to run around. That's nice. Any doggy who is living with a family should get all these things. He has to be kept safely inside the house. He has to have good food and water. And of course, you're missing from the picture, so you can draw yourself in because you have to be there to give some love to the doggy, no?
What do you think, Vihana?
Yes.
Yes.
Ma'am, I share my drawing.
Yes, Kavin, but I'll just come back to you after Vedahi. Yes, Vedahi.
It was not a question about normal street dogs. It was a question that can we draw any other animal?
Yes.
Yes, Vedahi, you
Apart
can.
My drawing is this.
Pihu, can I come to you after Kavin? Yeah? Yes, Kavin.
I wanted to share my drawing.
Please.
Can I also share after Pihu?
Yes, sure, Yaveed, you may.
Oh, that's so sweet. You want to tell us a little bit about your drawing, please? You want to tell us?
So I want a dog to be a pet because it will be safe over there. It will get plenty of food, and the other stray dogs won't, like, sometimes they attack now, so they won't do that, and they'll be safe.
Okay, that's a good idea. You're trying to keep them safe, and that's a good idea. And you're also thinking of the street dogs. That's a good idea. I like your thought process.
Can I share something really fun?
Pihu, Shauryaveed, and Zia.
So this is my drawing. So I chose a whale. Let me tell you why I chose it. Because I find whales and animals in the aquarium very conscious because of us only. Because we go there, click pictures. But have we ever thought when we don't want to click pictures or selfies, we feel very, weird that I don't want to click pictures and all. We feel very conscious about that. And people still feel the same and feel scared, feel homesick as well because they don't have their family. If you see in the picture, there's only one whale, not two.
Yeah.
And so the happiest environment, according to me, will be an ocean for the whale. Its environment is there, so I think it should be there.
Lovely
Ma'am,
thought.
may I share after Zia?
Okay, we're coming around. I'm tell you what, we will stop at Zia for now. Then we will move ahead, and at the end of the session, you all can share some more. When I send the seesaw task, then I will share it with Techi ma'am. So don't worry, okay? And she will write back to you. So don't worry. Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
sorry, Arzu, ma'am, can I just
Yes.
say the last person who spoke was Pihu? Am I correct?
Pihu, we're going to go to Shauryaveer and Zia.
Can I
after that.
see Pihu's drawing? I don't know if I got a chance to see it.
Absolutely. Pihu, can you show ma'am your drawing?
So you wrote everything down, right? Your feelings as to why you want the whales to be in the ocean.
Lovely.
That's lovely. You must send this in. Arzu ma'am, if you will send
I
everything.
will collect them all. These are precious.
Pihu, the beautiful thought process. Thank you for sharing. It's really, really nice.
Ma'am,
Let's go to, okay, coming around. Let's go to Shauryaveer. Yes, Shauryaveer.
This is a big tree, and this is me, and this is where I should be right now, monkeying in a tree. and I'm not there right now. I'm sitting outside a computer, seeing the computer screen instead of being on a tree and jumping off from there and climbing back.
Round of applause for you, Sharyubir. Very, very clever. Yes, I do understand. Your habitat would be a tree, and we would all love jumping around and monkeying around the tree right about now. I agree. All right. Zia.
So
Zia, darling, you'll have to wait, okay? You'll have to wait. Yes, Zia.
So as I was saying, I had made my I had done my work on a specific animal, and as everyone that knows me well might have guessed who it is. A specific cat.
Can I see it a little closer, please?
It's a tiger. That's not very good with
Whisker.
love.
Can we hear Zia's voice, please?
That's Whisker, right?
Elambari, can we hear Zia's voice? Yes, Zia.
So I have written that Whisker will be happy as long as she's on my bed sleeping, which is her favorite thing to do and favorite place to do it.
As long as you feel she's happy,
Quick coincidence.
that's good.
In my
I know a lot of us.
Say something.
I know a lot of us are still eager to share. Dia, can we put our hand down, please? Okay, because if we don't move ahead now, we will not be able to finish what is planned.
I just want to say one thing.
Quickly, Naya.
I had 2 pet dogs, 2 Great Danes. I guess they were really happy in my house, but the problem was they didn't have enough space to run around, play, and fight with each other, and hit each other, and injure each other. So they had to be sent away to a farm where they could do all that. And that day, as a matter of fact, my whole family cried, but my parents and my sister. Even my bua and my dadi cried, even though they weren't really fond of the dogs.
Well, that's a very difficult thing that a very difficult decision that the family must have made, Inaya. And obviously, even if some family members are not 100% as loving towards any dog at home, everybody gets attached to them, right? So everybody does feel bad, and at least the dogs are happy wherever they are. So we have to keep their happiness in mind, okay?
Okay, Dia, very quickly.
Okay, I just wanted to share my drawing.
Oh, that's lovely. Have you got some rabbits there and a tiger and birds in the forest, is it?
Yeah, birds in the tree,
Yeah.
rabbits, and a tiger. I'm an artist, that's why.
Well, it's lovely. Thank you so much for sharing, and it's so colorful.
Excuse me, ma'am, can I share my drawing?
Okay, can we come back to all of the other drawings in the last 5 to 10, because we have 10 minutes left, children, we have to move ahead. Okay?
It's not a drawing, but it's a coincidence with Zia's cat. That she said that it was as long as it was on the bed, it was happy. So my favorite YouTuber, when he played Minecraft, his cats always used to go to his bed at the first place.
Well, as long as, well, see, so that's happy over there. That's why cats went there.
Okay, we have to move ahead now. We're going to put ourselves on mute at the count of 3, 2, 1, and 0. And we will come back to your drawings, my sweethearts. We will. Yes, later, Pihu, we may. Otherwise, we are not going to be able to finish the session today. Okay? All right. Arhan, hold on to your question. We're saving the last few minutes of the session for questions. Ma'am, we can move ahead and you can tell me when we're ready to show the video.
So, Arzu ma'am, do you think we have time for the video? Or should we go to the actions?
I think we can go to the actions straight.
Let's go to the actions. then.
Yeah.
So, I know that I know we haven't been able to talk too much today, but I hope that I can come back to take another session with all of you to tell you a few more stories and tell you a few more things of how you can be kind to the animals around you. But today I want to show you some small acts of kindness that you can show not only to the pets in your house, but also to the animals outside, okay? Now, for example, you know that Diwali is coming up, right, guys? Diwali is coming up. There are going to be a lot of firecrackers, and I hope that all of you are going to have a safe Diwali. And hopefully, you're all not going to be bursting crackers and adding to the pollution, but you'll be lighting a lot of diyas instead. Now, you must remember that when you light crackers, right? A lot of the dogs get scared and they run on the streets, right? So what you can do is, see, this is something that we did last year and we're doing this year for Diwali. Can you see in the pictures that we put these special collars on all the doggies? We put special collars on 2,000 doggies all over India. And this is what the collars look like. Can you all see? So this is what the collars look like. And in the night, these collars, can you see this neon strip? This becomes glow in the dark. So it shines in the night. And that's how people who are driving cars or trucks or buses can spot the doggies in the darkness. So we can avoid accidents, right? So can you see this collar? I hope everybody can. If you can, please give me a thumbs up. And these are very, very nice collars, and they're just for 25 rupees. And this is what we did to keep the doggies safe during Diwali time, when it becomes very cold, when there's a lot of fog in December and January. So we try and put these collars on the doggies to help them feel safe. This is something small that you can take the help of your parents to do this. It's a very small act, right? To be kind.
That's what I wanted to say, that when I on the share on Sunday, when I went to the park, when there was some crackers bursting, so the stray dogs were running
Ma'am, can I
around.
share something?
We couldn't play because they were running around and we couldn't play our game.
Excuse me, ma'am. Where can we buy the collars?
I'm going
Where do we buy the collars?
So I'm going to give you all that information in the end. You can buy the collars from us. We can send them to you. You just have to let me know and we will send you collars, okay?
Don't worry, I will send the information on that. Let us look through all the acts of kindness and then we'll get into a discussion about it. Can we do that?
Excuse me, ma'am. I just want to say something, that I have seen 3 dogs who are very good friends on the street, and they are wearing this type of collars.
That's a lovely thing. See, there are people looking after them, and even you can do the same. So now those doggies, like at least in the darkness, somebody can see them, and at least they will not get hurt by a car. Now let's go to the next picture. And
Yes, Kyra, quickly.
When it's Diwali, when my dog is inside, there are crackers. She gets very scared and she starts trembling. So what we do is we close all the doors and windows, and then my mom holds her ears like this, and we try and keep her as far away as possible from all the doors and windows. So if any of you have dogs and they get scared at Diwali, you can try this.
thank you for that tip, Kyra. Thank you. Okay, shall we go to the next act of kindness? Now you all know that in the winters, like you feel cold, right? And your doggies and your cats at home also feel cold. So can you imagine how cold the dogs on the streets must feel? So another thing that you can do with the help of your parents, this is what we did. We bought these beds which were made out of jute bags, and we put them all over. We distributed 500 beds for 500 doggies to sleep on. Can you see how nicely curled up they are and they're sleeping? I think, Arzu ma'am, there's one more picture. Do we have that?
I think I forgot to include that picture.
No problem. So can you see how they're sleeping? And jute, these beds which are made of jute, you know what jute is? The boris in which your dal and chawal, all the jute bags. So they give a lot of heat, so these doggies can feel warm the same way you feel warm when you're inside your beds and your razais, okay? So that's something else that you can do. Then another thing that you can do, which Arzu ma'am is now going to show us, is
Feeding.
so this is, that's me on the left. This is how we do responsible feeding, where we put food on newspapers, and as soon as the doggy finishes eating food, we lift up the newspapers so that there is no garbage on the street, right? So you can put the food on newspapers for them, they'll eat the food happily. Then always make sure that you remove the newspapers so that you leave no garbage on the streets, right? So these are small things that you can do for them.
I think that's a very important point, Tejshri ma'am, that we pick up what we leave as well. So if we're leaving the food, we have to pick up those newspapers as well off the ground.
So you have to wait for the doggies to finish eating. If you're giving them biscuits, then you have to make sure that you don't throw you don't throw the wrappers on the streets, okay? And please make sure that you always have an adult present with you. Okay.
And also when we give them biscuits, we shall crush them a little.
You can make them smaller, yes. So now another thing that you can do is, I want you to see the sweet little piggy on the left-hand side who's drinking water out of a bowl. Can you see that? Can just give me a thumbs up if you can. So in the summer or in the winters or even around whenever through the year, you can place these bowls of water for the doggies because they feel that they get, you know, you feel thirsty, don't you, when it becomes very hot, or if you've gone running somewhere up and down after playtime, you need water. So imagine who's going to give them clean water to drink and where are they going to drink it. So this year and last year, we distributed 1,000 of these bowls all across Delhi, Noida, Gurgaon, Ghaziabad, so that the piggies, the cows, the doggies, they can all get fresh water to drink. Do you want to see the puppies on the right? Arzu ma'am, can we show them the video of the puppies playing in the water? See that, you guys? Look at how happy they look, the puppies. The puppy so hot, he went and sat inside the bowl.
It's like a bathtub for the dog.
It's like a little bathtub for the puppy. You're correct. And but see, this is how something so small that you can do can bring so much happiness into the lives of these animals who don't have anybody to take care of them. So you can bring so much happiness into their lives. Arzu ma'am, do we have more videos or pictures?
I had just put these, Tejshri ma'am, but we can, I can share them later also with the children. Yeah.
So Arzu ma'am's going to send you some more pictures. So what can we do? We can make sure we try not bursting crackers this Diwali. We can try and put collars on the doggies. We can give them water. We can give them beds. We can put a bird feeder in our house so that the birdies get some food. One of the most important things I want to tell you is that no matter how young or old you are, always remember, if you see any animal who is hurt, please don't ignore. Tell your parents, tell your mom, your dad, your older brother, your older sister, anybody who's older in your family, to make sure that they call somebody, call a hospital for animals to come and help them. Even if you see a cow who is injured, you see a goat who is injured, you have to be sensitive to their pain, right?
I've had that experience, ma'am. When I came back from lunch, I saw a pigeon in my garden which was fractured. So I think we called the hospital.
That's a wonderful thing to do. So make sure if you ever see any animal who is hurt, tell your parents, and you have to make sure that you call. Don't become blind to it. Imagine if you got hurt and nobody was there to take care of you, right? And so these are small things you
I've,
can do.
I've
And
also
not hurt any
experienced.
animals, please. That is the most.
Mom, I'm very scared of dogs because my mother, the first time when I was going in the basement with my mother, under
Yes.
our building we have a basement where we put our cars.
Okay.
We went over there, and one of the big street dogs. There were three dogs sitting over there, and we didn't even run. We were walking slowly, and when my mother was holding me on the back, and when she did that, the doggies came, and my mother fell on me, and I got a very bad bruise.
Oh my gosh, Adya. So I can completely understand why you feel scared. And I really, really, really don't think it is wrong for you to feel that way because you had one bad experience, right? So I understand. And hopefully, we will be able to make you have a good experience with another doggy in the future. They're all not like that. Sometimes they get so scared that they end up, doing something wrong, but they don't mean to hurt you. Maybe in the future you can come meet my Lily and you can become friends with her, and then you will see that they're not all that bad. Okay, Adya? Is that okay?
I have seen one more dog. Like it's in somebody, my mother's friend,
Okay.
and she has a dog, and I felt him. He didn't do anything.
Okay. So slowly and steadily, we will make sure you have to remember that every dog or every cat or every animal doesn't mean to hurt you. Okay, just remember that. Okay, and
Okay. Sorry to interrupt you, Tejni ma'am. Before anything, there is a form in the chat, okay, where you can share your learnings from today's session. So please fill it out today before we go. We're going to extend for 5 to 7 more minutes, so you can ask your questions, ma'am, one by one. But before we do that, Tejni ma'am, you are inspiring. Thank you for being with us today, and thank you for sharing with us those little things we can also do to help those animals in our environment. Really, this was inspiring, and I think we're all so lucky to have met you today. Can we give a big round of applause to Tejri ma'am, please? A lot of love from Tiram Sambor.
thank you for having me. I'm happy to answer more questions.
I wanted to say
I also want to say something.
So
Yeah,
I'll
she's coming around. Okay, so we'll do Abhyuday first, then Arhan, then we'll come around to everyone who has a question. And I had a question that I have noted down. We will answer that, not to worry. Yes, Abhyuday.
say something.
Yes.
Can I say something? What I was saying was that I've heard of 3 rescues. One of them I've done it. That I've once rescued a cat that it is gray and has black stripes on it. So we fed a little milk, and then we also fed a little fed a little water to it. But now she went, and now she might have gone to, and someone might have adopted her now. And 2 more incidents, that one of the dogs that I've heard, one of the dogs its sister died, and then it got rescued to the hospital, the dog, and then it became fine. So, and now someone adopted it again. And there was one toucan who broke its full beak. That came by someone just cut its beak, and then someone in Singapore saved it by adding another beak, like a beak that was like it wasn't an actual beak, but its real big beak just is cut off now.
Thank you for sharing all those stories.
Oh, he's trying to say there was some kids who destroyed a toucan's half beak.
Okay, understood. Thank you.
Let's
It happened in Singapore that someone cut its full beak from here.
Okay, let's go to Arhan now. Yes, Arhan.
So I have two things to share. So one is my experience. So one day we found, I lived in Noida at that time. So one day we found a pigeon at a balcony, and it was like under one of its wings, it had a big scratch, or it got hurt there. So the surprising thing is that my father helped it, like my father helped it and gave it water, and then we on our own made it better.
That's good. That's very good. I'm very happy to see your act of kindness.
And then I have a question that I have a dog, and he's like only 3 months and he's bite. He constantly bites. So what do I do for that?
That's a very So I am just going to quickly answer that for you. So, you know, if your puppy is right now 3 months, that means his new teeth are coming out. Okay. You know how your teeth first fell out, your baby teeth, and your new teeth came out? The same way his new teeth are coming out, and it really hurts him and itches him. Okay. So you have to make sure that you get him enough toys, that you get him enough chew sticks from the pet shop, you know, from the store. You get him chew sticks, you get him toys, and if he nibbles, he's not biting you, he's basically nibbling at your hand because it is itching him here. So when he does that, you have to gently tell him but firmly no, and you have to give him chew sticks or toys to play with because his teeth are hurting, his new teeth. And in another month or so, he will stop doing that. Okay? I hope that helps you.
Yeah, I've done that, but still he bites. Even if I give the dog.
I can imagine.
He's teething, darling. His new his teeth are coming out, no? So it's just natural for him to need something to nibble on. Yeah?
Little patient because he needs you to be patient with him. He gives you so much love otherwise, right?
Yeah.
So just be a little patient with him, okay?
And he always gets excited when I come.
See, there
after a long time, he starts jumping on me.
That's a good thing. See, there's somebody happy to see you. Do we have? So thank you for sharing that, and I hope his teething is over soon. Yeah.
I think Inaya, we can come. Abhyuday, 1 minute, sweetheart. We'll come back to Inaya's question right now. How do you make a dog who is scared of you friendly with you? I think that's the question Inaya had posed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, Inaya?
Yeah, one of my dogs is really scared. She only lets people smell her hand, the people who don't shoo her away. And we try making friends with her, but she's just too scared to. So how do I stop that?
So what happens is a lot of, you know how like I was telling you in the beginning of the session, some people are very happy and very outward. Some people are very shy. Some people are very. It's the
Mom, I have sent you the form.
Okay, bye.
Okay, those who have sent the form and don't have questions, because I know we have other engagements in the session, has stretched. You may leave silently though, without disturbing the rest of us who are still having a discussion. If you want to sit here and listen, you feel free to do that as well. Yes, sorry, back to you, Dechika.
So it will take you some time, Inaya, because obviously that doggy has a shy personality and is a little scared. Maybe something before scared him and he can't get over that fear. So it takes a lot of patience. You will have to win the doggy's trust, and you can only do that by being patient with the doggy, making sure that you don't suddenly go up to the doggy and do like bow and boo and all that. Be very quiet around the doggy, earn the doggy's trust, give the doggy biscuits, let the doggy come to you. Slowly and steadily, he will be. I don't know if it's a boy or a girl, but it's a she. So she is going to become comfortable. But you can't force somebody to become like very happy
Comfortable with you.
and not scared. It takes time. Like when you meet somebody new, you need some time, right, Maya, to become their friends.
Yeah.
So the same way, this doggy, probably she's just a scared doggy. Let her come to you. There's nothing wrong with it. Slowly and steadily, she will become more confident. What you have to ensure is a lot of love, lot
Yeah.
of that's all, lot of patience, right? And just keep earning her trust with biscuits. I'm telling you, biscuits are the way to a doggy's heart. So you just have to be patient, darling. Okay. I hope that helps.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
what I do is whenever I go near her, I just stop in a distance and let out my hand whistling so that she comes to me from a distance.
That's
And I don't really go to her.
That's lovely, and that's the way you should do it. Will come to you. Okay. Thank
Okay,
you.
ma'am, thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Sirhan. Yes, Prisha.
So, I went to my grandma's house, and over there, we were like having some chicken, but then we had those bones left, and we don't really eat those bones. So instead, we thought that the dogs don't get to eat anything. So we go downstairs, and because in that lane where she used to live, we had one dog. We kept its name Blacko because it was really black. So we kept its name that. We went down and we fed him a lot of bones. And then on every Sunday, I used to go to my grandma's house where we used to eat rajma chawal, and she used to put those rajma and chawals together, and she used to cook it, and then she used to go down with some milk and feed it to the dog. So she used to feed that dog. She was the only one to feed that dog.
Well, that's good. See, it's small acts of kindness, right? So it's lovely that like as a family you all try and take care of some of the dogs on the streets. And thank you for sharing this. For the future, though, I'm sorry I didn't get. Prisha is your name, right? So Prisha, in the future, will you keep in mind, darling, that if you ever give bones to the doggies, you have to give them very little because bones are not. If they get stuck in their throat, then they can choke. Okay, so will you keep that in mind, darling?
We fed only one bone. Like we were total three, so we fed only one bone because we also thought about that. But before feeding them, we got some books out and the web out. The web.
Yeah.
And we researched that is bones good, and it was saying you should give one bone.
Okay, good. That I'm glad that you gave less amount. That's good. Thank you for sharing, Prisha.
Yashvi.
Oh, Yashvi, sorry.
No, that was Prisha. Yashvi had something to say. Right, Yashvi?
No.
No? Okay. Yashvi is sitting in Greece, we can see. Yes, Adya.
So I just finished coloring my.
Oh, that's beautiful. Is that a dove?
I don't really know. I just made any kind of bird.
It's beautiful.
I also made a
Thank you.
dog.
Yeah, that's
I also made a
beautiful.
Shalimar
Oh, how
with a
lovely.
dog.
That's lovely.
And I made a twig in your hand,
What
and
did you make?
the dog wants to play fetch with it.
Oh, that's so lovely. Yeah. So, oh, great. Well, Lily loves to do that with me. And actually, a lot of my dogs who we rescue, they all love playing. So, thank you for that.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye, sweetheart. Bye. Yes, Abhyuday.
So I have a lot of things that have helped a lot of dogs, but once my brother was playing with, he used to play with one dog and then fetch with some. You might have seen that in cricket, that bail thingy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He used to throw that, and the dog used to get it back, and he used to play it. But then in some days, a sad thing happened that it again died.
Oh, no.
That
Oh, no.
I don't know what's the reason was, but it died.
Well, I'm glad that somebody was there to play with
Just
him.
like 3 months, 2 months, like that.
I'm sorry to hear that, but I'm glad that the doggy got some love before that and he got to play and he got to have at least some sort of happiness. Thank you for sharing that.
Actually, it wasn't 3 months or anything, but it was really old. So that might be the reason.
Maybe.
I don't know what the age was, but it just died for some reason.
Okay. Okay. Maybe he was old.
Okay, sweethearts. Let's go. Sejri ma'am has dogs to feed and look after. There you are, Arman. Did you enjoy the session?
Ma'am, can I just share my drawing?
Yes, please.
Yes, Vaidehi.
Yeah, so since I love horses, I
Oh,
thought I
Love that. Is that them all killing
So there, in this place there are lots of canyons, and they because I know that horses will really love it if they're in the wild.
Beautiful. No, it's lovely. It reminds me of this lovely animated movie called Spirit, the horse.
Yeah.
I love it. So that's
Lucky is the owner of Spirit.
I just watched that. It's on Netflix, right?
Yeah, I watched it and I watched all the episodes.
amazing.
When we were young, it was a movie. Now
Yeah.
it's a show. Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else?
I wanted to say
Anyone-
one thing.
Yes, Abhyuday. Quickly, last thing, okay, Abhyuday?
I would like, but when will can you send the dog collars with the everything?
I
that-
will send you details, okay, of everything. Don't worry.
Everything.
I will send you
Can you
details.
send- Can you write every?
Yes, we will.
Yes, we. Oh, Arman! Unmute and tell us about it.
The whale is not actually called a whale. It's called a orca whale, and it has another name. It's also called the killer whale. And they live in the Arctic, not only in the Arctic, in some other places also. I mean, 3 glaciers. And this is the orca whale. And in the Arctic, there is bluish greenish water, and the water is very deep and cold there.
This is lovely. It's actually lovely. And I am so glad that you have focused on all the environment and climatic needs of, you said this was a killer whale or an orca whale. Which one was it?
It's called the same thing.
It's the same one.
They are one of the most powerful creatures in the sea. One of the most powerful. So that's why people call it killer whale, but its real name is orca whale.
Okay. Well, thank you for, well, of course, teaching us something new and for showing us where you would envision seeing them. And you've kept all their climatic needs in mind. You've kept their environment and their happiness in mind. So I absolutely love that. Can I see it once again, please, very quickly? It's beautiful. I'm glad you've incorporated glaciers. You've done so much. So that's their happy place, and I think we need to keep that in mind. Thank you so much for sharing.
And after Diwali, I'm going to go to Maldives.
Okay, that's great. So you're going to get to see them in the wild, huh?
Somewhere at the starting of December, I'm going to go to Africa.
Okay. Well, that's great. I hope you get to see all the animals free and in their natural habitat. Okay. You must share pictures of us in the wild. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Before I go, is We Exist a foundation where you can adopt dogs?
Yes.
So you adopt dogs and then we can come and buy them, or is it just like a normal foundation where you adopt dogs?
We rescue dogs and you can adopt them.
Okay.
Yeah? Okay. So
Okay, sweethearts. Oh, lovely Abhyuday.
thank you.
But the pigeon, and I think they are good in where they already live because they have a good space. They can poop in our balconies.
Yeah.
Everything they want.
Thank you for sharing. Please do send this to Arzu ma'am so that I can get it too. Okay.
I'll upload the assignment today.
But I want to make some clothes for pigeons since it's lockdown and guy can't go to the road and feed some dogs. So how do I make some earmuffs and then some clothes and all?
Even if you make those clothes, can you imagine how you're going to hold on to the pigeons? The pigeons are not going to come to you. How are you going to catch them?
I'm gonna put some food and then it'll come into the house, but I'll remove all the fans so that it doesn't.
So this is a big project, and I wish you all the very best.
I'll go, or I can go down. I'm allowed to go down, so I'll feed the pigeons. Will come close to me, and then I'll give them clothes, and they'll wear them. Like I'll make them wear it while they're eating.
Perfect. Well, I
They
hope
won't
you do
come to
all
you.
the very best. Let me
But
know how
I'll even give some dogs some earmuffs, beds, and all.
that
and
would be
collars.
that would be very, very nice. Thank you for thinking of them.
Okay,
Use my
sweethearts.
pocket money for that. I'll use the pocket money.
I need this.
Thank you. That's so sweet of you. And
Is your
Mira-
screen blurred, Nilambari? Can you unblur it so we can see clearly?
I don't know, is it blurred?
All
Okay,
of you with your backgrounds these days.
okay, yes, now I can see. Oh wow, is that a tiger?
Yeah.
And you've got some birds in the
Tiger and parrot.
parrots. Yeah. And
I
you've added fruits
saw-
with-
They're blue.
it's lovely. That's really nice. And you've added some fruit in the trees for the birds too. That's great. That's really
And this bird has actually fruit. That's right. Can you see this bird's mouth?
yeah. I can see that. That's really nice. Thank you for sharing. It's a lot of effort you've put in as well. Thank you. So, Arzu, are we
Okay, sweethearts. Yes. Arman, Nilambari, Abhyuday, catch you later. Have a good rest of your day.
Bye.
Why don't I tear my old clothes and make some new clothes?
You can.
You can, Abhyuday. Think of something innovative for your small act of kindness. Think about it.
Arman is swimming in the water.
Yes, he was.
Okay, guys. Thank you for being here. Bye.
Bye. Let's go.
Bye-bye.
Bye, sweetheart.